Gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat, and today we are going to attempt to try and beat campaign mode. Well, at least we will the second that I can actually see that I'm live. That's interesting. I just went into my own channel. There we go. And it didn't come up. It's just came up now. There we are. Let's make sure that the chat works. Okay, our Grand Cat chat does indeed work. And now let's go ahead and start with the free giveaway. We are going to give away 5 free gifted memberships. Volksy says, hello, Grand Cat. Hello, Volksy. We're going to give away 5 free gifted memberships to the Grand Cat channel. It's going to give you access to over 100 exclusive membership-only videos. And it's going to give you cool little things like being able to use Grand Cat emojis and other such benefits. So let's go ahead and give 5 free paid memberships right now. These are handed out at random, and let's see who is going to get them. Hello, Vampire. And congratulations to AC, Angel, David Bearded Barlow, Ken Gaming, and Big the Cat. Congratulations to all of you, especially Big the Cat. I hope that you one day find Froggy. Froggy? But yes, congratulations to all 5 of you for winning those free gifted membership subs to Big Old Grand Cat. And now, let's get on to the meat of what we are here for, the campaign mode. Now, this campaign mode has irked me for quite a bit. We know we don't just need to defeat John Cena, we also need to defeat Braun Breaker. Vampire says fix. I do not get to choose these. There is no bias between cats here. But we're going to try and see if we can beat John Cena first of all. Now, let's take a look and see what it is we need to pull off here. I have the little guide in front of me. It's just taking a little time to load up. Okay, so our first male tag is going to be power. Then there's going to be a female tag of charisma, followed by a male tag of power once again. So it's the charisma female that is the problem. And I did the math here. Liv Morgan has the highest charisma with the Liv Morgan Jelly Pop. However, with our Tiffany Stratton, we have the Tiffany Stratton Chalice, which has plus 23,000 to ability. Alex Garden says, hi, sorry I'm late. Hello, Alex, you haven't missed anything yet. Let me just read the rest of those comments there. I read something about a pipe. Yeah, Volksy says, why is the pipe bomb minus 40,000? I thought it was minus 28. I have no idea. But yeah, it is, for some reason, it has become my strongest equipment. I don't know what made it the strongest equipment, but yeah, the pipe bomb is just became incredibly powerful, which is wonderful because that might actually be what we need to use to win this. So let's go ahead and change this to charisma. Unfortunately, we only have a single charisma. And as I was saying, the Tiffany Stratton ability, the Chalice, gives plus 23,000 to ability. So that's plus 27,154 to the entire deck, which means it also gives it to someone else. So we are going to be relying on Tiffany Stratton instead of Liv Morgan. So we're going to take this off of Liv Morgan, and we need to put in an up arrow instead. And the up arrow we're going to use is going to be AJ Lee, I think, because I don't think there's any better ones in terms of charisma that we can use that is up arrow, unfortunately. It sucks because AJ Lee's stats are primarily power and toughness, and of course, if we reverse that to down arrow, it's going to not be quite as good. Now, our AG Elite is not yet finished. She still has 11 hours left to go, so unfortunately what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go over here, and we're going to go into the Performance Center, and just for the sake of doing this, we are just going to spend the 90 credits, which sucks. I don't really like doing it, but it is what needed to happen. And what do we need for Prawn Breaker again? I'll go ahead and just check. Prawn Breaker is, I want to say it's up arrows. Okay, that is fine. In that case, we can put Becky Lynch in here then. We can start getting her trained up. Okay, so we're going to use two of these. And our next highest equipment for Charisma is going to be, I think it's the Liv Morgan Jelly Pop. So we are going to rely on that being enough. Now, unfortunately, we only have 2 momentum slots here, which is not the best. But we're going to try and use that to get through that part. Now, the next part is, of course, power. And I don't think anything is going to beat Undertaker here with his own casket. And that's going to give us 210,000 in power. We just need something that is right arrow to have an incredibly strong amount of power as well. So it may very well be Cena. I'm going to go ahead and just turn this into this so that we can see all of them. So Cena has 133,000. And I think that is unfortunately just what we're going to have to go with. Then we also need 2 others that are absolute powerhouses that can be whatever. So I think we might go with Roman Reigns, who is up arrow. Roman Reigns 147,000, Brock Lesnar's only 140,000, Andre's 139,000. So I think we're going to go with Roman, and we need something that is down arrow. Devon has 137,000. I don't think we're going to get any better than that, so that's what we're going to have to go with. Okay, so let's now put equipment on John Cena. We need something that is power. And unfortunately, a lot of our power sucks. I have interest. What can we put with this? Jacob Fatu, that's not helpful. Asuka, not helpful. Ivar, not helpful. Okay. Alright, I've never tried this one before, so let's give it a shot and see how close or how far away we are from actually completing this. Volksy says I have 3 momentum slots. Do I? I thought I only had 2. Okay, so the first one is the tag team of power, and we need to beat 375,000. I don't know if that's enough. It's 175,000 plus 231. Maybe it's enough. Okay, we've cleared the first part. Next up is our Danners, which we need to beat 478,000, which is a hell of an ask. So currently that's 244 and 220, which is 464. And that's Black Widow, but that's not the one we needed. We needed Tiffany Stratton to activate. And I think if we can get Tiffany Stratton to activate, then we can win this. And then, of course, we would use the super move, but we just need to make sure that this is going to be enough. Okay, so now we need to go ahead and check. We'll do some maths. So this recap is what we need to see. So we win that one. Yeah, we're literally just 14,000 away, and if we get Tiffany Stratton's proc, then that would be enough for us to win. In fact, actually, I don't think we even need Tiffany Stratton to proc. I think because we're so close to it, I didn't realize we were that close. I think I could maybe do it with Liv Morgan. And 363,000 multiplied by 2 with super move should beat 705,000. Interesting. And I just saw someone say there that they use the Battle Pass John Cena, which isn't a bad idea because if it procs, it gives power and charisma to your entire thing. The only problem is that the Battle Pass John Cena is, of course, from the previous tier. Okay, let's try swapping these out. And we're going to swap in to Liv Morgan. And we are going to give her the Liv Morgan Jelly Pop. And now we need a right arrow, which may be Rhea. And we need to give you the highest charisma we possibly can, which I think is going to be Julia's mask. And let's try using the John Cena from SummerSlam 25, I believe it is. There he is. And we're going to give him this so that he goes going to give plus 27,000 power and charisma to the entire deck. And he has a 40% chance of triggering that. Oh, we do have 3 momentum slots. Oh my goodness. I thought we only had the 2. So we're going to put in Liv and Rhea. And we're going to put in that Battle Pass John Cena as well. Wherever he is. There we go. And I saw someone saying that Power Manager might work better than Charisma one. So I'm going to keep it the way it is at the moment, I think. No, maybe I will. Okay, I'll change it over to Power. We shall see. So this is going to rely on John Cena proccing in the first place. Because if that works, then it's going to give essentially plus 50,000 to each of our tag teams for both power and charisma. So, is this going to be enough is the question. Wow, it was enough even without the finisher. And unfortunately, that one was not. Okay, so we do need the John Cena to proc. Okay, we have learned. Wow, we beat it by 1,000. And yeah, if the John Cena procs, we absolutely win that. And we should absolutely win that one as well. Okay, so we just need the John Cena to activate. And we should be good. Julio Caesar says you got this. Thank you for the confidence, Julio. We just need that 40% chance to activate with John Cena. Unfortunately, we didn't get it. Which means that the rest of this won't work. Still, a 40% chance just means that we can try it again. And then once we get this one out of the way, then we have to start worrying about Braun Breaker. And that one's got its own set of problems. You know, I think I've done this entire campaign under the presumption that I've only had 2 momentum slots, just completely unaware that I had a third one sitting there. Okay, Cena and Undertaker. Let's go, attitude adjustment. Now's the time. The time has arrived. There we go, the attitude adjustment has activated. And now, if we use the touch grass, this should now be enough. And Oblivion also activated. And now, if we use the super move here, 422 plus 405 is definitely significantly more than the 700,000 that we need. And now we have defeated the past and the present of wrestling in the match of John Cena. But our one opponent we have to do left is the future of wrestling, which of course is Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is now the only one that we have left to defeat. So what we're going to do now is we are going to remove the equipment off everyone. And thank you, chat, for giving me the idea to put the equipment onto John Cena to get off that Battle Pass proc. But now we need to work out how are we going to get the maximum amount of speed that we need. Alex Garden says Liv's proc rate is 10%, and we pulled it off as well as the attitude adjustment. That is incredible. Okay, so here is how we get another super move. Because we're going to need a super move. There's no way that we're going to do this without a super move. First of all, I'm going to look and see what females it is that I want to train up. It's going to be Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. So there you can see the deck that I'm going to use. I'm going to be playing Royal Rumble, and we're going to play it with Charlotte Flair and Becky. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and lose as many games as possible. Because every time that you win, you get plus 2%, but every time that you lose, you get plus 4%. So there you can see our super move is currently 2% full. And if we go ahead and use a card here, if we lose, that should go up to 6%. There we go. But if we win, okay, we lost again, so we're up to 10% now. And that should be 14%. And now it should be 16% because we only got 2% there because we won the match. You actually get a lot more. You get double the amount of super move for losing the match. So, ideally, what we're trying to do is trying to throw this game so that we can get as much super move as possible. Daniel Menner says, didn't know you were live. Ah, well, that's why you need to click those notification icons that I keep telling you all about. So that you can get the notification icon that says the big old Grand Cat is live. Okay, we've got the Charlotte Flair and we've got the Becky Lynch here. Let's go ahead and train up our Becky Lynch for a little bit until she gets eliminated. Julio says, hello from Brazil, brother. Daniel Miner says it's 7:21 AM. My goodness, it's very early for you. Alex Gardner says it's free. Yes, it is free to go ahead and subscribe and click those notification icons right now. And we have managed to successfully get both of our opponents' Eon cards out of the way. So long as we don't go for power, then we can just keep this Becky Lynch winning all these games. And the more games that Becky Lynch plays, the more it trains her up. Because we're going to deliberately lose this one so that we can win with Charlotte Flair. That's going to give us 3 points. Oh, Julie says I'm subscribed now. Thank you. Got a brand new subscriber. It's always nice to welcome a brand new member of the Grand Cat Grand Fleet. So we've now approached 44%. We've got a little ways to go before we get up to the 100%. And then once we get to the 100%, then we just need to work out how we're going to beat Braun Breaker. And once we defeat Braun Breaker, then we will have completed campaign mode. And by beating Braun Breaker, we will get the limited edition Braun Breaker. You see there's a message being held for review. Sometimes that can come from someone either spamming or saying something rude. As Garner says, I got rank 1111. Yes, that was very, very cool. Julie says, I'm watching you and Super Zuby Q. Let's go ahead and train up our Becky Lynch a little bit. Okay, we got rid of an Eon card there. That was cool. I think you mean JB. I want Eon Bobby Heenan support. How can I get him? That is an excellent question. If anyone in the chat knows, please let me know as well, because I could also use him. Getting the new equipments or the new supports tends to be the hardest part of any new tier in new season. Preet says, hey mate, hello. Welcome, Preet. You're still a little bit away from getting there. We're very close to getting the next level up in momentum. So let's just go ahead and do this one more time. Alex Garner says, what is the lowest tier we can go down to in TRD? I think you can go all the way down to whatever the lowest in the tier is, whether it's WrestleMania 40, whether it's Enigma. It's just very, very difficult to do. I think since we're at 80%, we only need 20%. I'm just going to start with Becky Lynch. Just try and get her as many matches as possible. Now, Mayor says I'm going for 40 this TRD to double up my promotion. Yes, very good. It's always good to go into a new tier at captain level. It keeps you nice and protected. Of course, when a new tier happens, that's when we tend to do a lot of TBGs. And of course, Team Road to Glory and Team Ring Domination become even more important than ever. Julio says, I've been playing since Season 1. Ah, an old school gamer. Just like the big old Grand Cat. I also have been playing since Season 1. Let's see, we're now at 98%, so by just winning one more game, we will have got our super move. And there it is, there's the super move. So after this, we can start focusing on trying to beat Braun Breaker, which I'm going to need the advice of all the members of the Grand Cat Grand Fleet out there to try and beat him, because he is quite a difficult opponent. Oh, Julio says I follow you in Supercars. Well, oh, very nice. Okay, we're going to throw this one so that we can win with Charlotte Flair. Oh, we won that one. That's surprising. Okay, I think we should be able to win this one. And we did. We got a perfect game. 16-0. 16 is the maximum you can get in Royal Rumble. That's when you start with one character, and that character survives all the way to the end. Just like in a Royal Rumble, when you start from number 1 and go all the way to the end. So first of all, let's take a look at our momentum. So this all needs to be up arrow. And it's the male tag of speed that needs to be over 335,000. It is a female solo that needs to be over 173,000. And then there's a male solo that needs to be over 204,000. So that is what we are going for. Just going to put it on neon. So we need the highest speeds possible. Actually, I think we've got Aleister Black as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Now, where is that Aleister Black? There we go. You can flip him to an up arrow as well. Unfortunately, he only has 110,000 speed. Preet says, do you have any up alignment arrows? I do indeed. I have plenty. So we start with a meal tag of speed. Is there any battle pass cards that increase speed that is male? Can I search battle pass cards? Fusion, double heroic, event, flip, limited edition, foil. It seems not. Which sucks, because being able to look at battle passes would have helped. Okay, so there's battle pass John Cena. After John Cena, I believe, was Liv Morgan. Then it was Tiffany Stratton. None of those help. Was there only one battle pass in SummerSlam 25? Just because I'm only looking at males. I mean, there's John Cena, certainly. What was the other one? It was Julia. That's right, and she's power and charisma, which unfortunately does not help us. Damn. Okay, so our battle pass cards here were Liv Morgan and Tiffany Stratton. Neither of which help, unfortunately. And I'm pretty sure that if I go back to Unhinged, there's nothing here that will realistically be able to help us. Was Chelsea Green a battle pass? No, she wasn't. AJ Styles was battle pass. If we equip, we can't, because he's unhinged, and therefore we can't equip the Tiffany Stratton. And even at that, he's not up arrow. And Stephanie McCurry, of course, the other battle pass card. Yes, that's right. So coming back to me now. Okay. So how do we do this? Julio says use arrow modification. Use arrow modification on what? We have them. I mean, you know, sure, like this Rhea Ripley here. In fact, actually, I don't even, like, I have all of these. I can turn anything into up arrows, but the second that I do, we can't equip any other equipment onto them. So that ruins that. We also have these up arrows. We've got the WrestleMania 41 up arrow, WrestleMania 41 right arrow, and WrestleMania 41 left arrow. None of which I think are going to particularly help here. See, Rhea speed is currently 156,000, but if we just take someone that is an up arrow speed, such as AJ Lee, we can just go ahead and equip. Something like this, and oh, she only goes to 139,000. Maybe the Rhea's better. Actually, yeah, we're really close to beating this anyway. Yeah, like, that's sufficient. Okay, so now we've got the female out of the way, and now it's just a case of the males. So 112, 119,000, 110, 117. These all suck. Okay, 119,000 I think is our highest speed. And then 117,000? So that's 156 plus what is essentially 15, which is just under 170. And we need 173. So I don't even think that's enough. Goku Black says, "Hey, Grandcat." Hello, Goku Black. Julia says, "Seth." Okay, so Seth has 148,000. This one's got 144, so this one's better. So if we put him to up arrow. Is this better? This is 154,000. It's 148,000. $156, 154. Interesting. And what do we need to beat? We need to beat 353,000. 353. Maybe it works. $353,000. Alright, let's try it. Let's see what happens. Actually, I think we can easily beat this now. So we need to beat 35, which... 35, eh? Is this enough? Okay, no, it's not. And this is 171, which is just 2,000 less than what we actually need. And then this one needs to be over 200,000. Okay, that didn't work, chat. That spectacularly did not work. It does reapprox speed. Yes, it does. So if we get that 10% chance off, then Rhea should be able to win that one. Which means... Which means that so long as we activate this, our two strongest ones, and then if Rhea activates, then we can use the super move on this one. Is the Rhea Ripley the best speed we've got? Yeah, I think unfortunately it is. I have an idea. Plus 5% trigger. Okay, now where's that Seth Rollins? And now back to Rhea. Plus 7% trigger. So it's now a 17% chance. Alright, let's try that again. In theory. Vampire says, oh good, I thought Cat couldn't see my messages. Yeah, I can see your messages. It seems. I don't actually have the chat in front of me. Normally when I'm playing Supercard on my laptop, I've got the chat up and I'm reading the chat off of that rather than just reading it as it comes up on the screen. But because what I've got up on my laptop just now is the little... It's a little scout sheet that I've got that up instead. So she didn't get it. And then of course we would use the super move there to win that last one. Let me just do the math here. Just to make sure this isn't a fool's errand. So 3485 minus 1050 equals 2435. And Rhea only gets plus 2269. So even if Rhea were to proc, unfortunately it's not enough. We are literally 180-ish points away. We're 166 points away. Literally 166 is the difference. Can you fortify Maxine? I don't see any Maxines here. Yeah, there's literally nothing more that I can do in terms of that part there. What do I do? What do I do here? I want to see her get off the finisher, just in case. We're going to keep playing until Rhea gets off her finisher. And then, when she gets off the finisher and still loses, then we'll try and work out what it is we need to do after that. That seems like a good idea. Julio says changing your female. Someone said try Alexa. I've got a really bad feeling that 142.6 thousand is less than what Rhea Ripley's is. Someone said the other Alexa Bliss. No, there's no way that that's beaten 156,000. And nor is that. 134,000 is not enough. Yeah, even with momentum, she only goes up to 149,000, which is still significantly less than what Alexa Bliss is. Although she does get plus 7,987. No, even with her finisher, she's still weaker than the Rhea Ripley is. Nope, never mind. Julio says Tiffany. Even at that, it's only plus 3.9 as opposed to 7, which again is not what we need. That's also not good enough. No, that's nowhere near enough. Damn. I still want to see that Rhea Ripley proc. And that sucks. Just give me the finisher once so that I can see it, and then from there I can decide what it is we need to do. Damn it. This is the same satisfaction as trying to headbutt your way through a brick wall. I'm sure that once you actually achieve it, it is a great sign of a great feeling of accomplishment. However, at that point, you'll have headbutted your way through a brick wall. And that is what this feels like. I saw someone saying Dominic. I don't know how Dominic's going to help in this. Is there a Dominic battle pass that I've forgotten about? Is that what you guys are going on about? Volksy says no on Rhea. Okay, well that's less than helpful. We can't put the chicken nuggets on Rhea because then she would lose her up arrow. Now Dynamite is saying no for Dom. What the hell are you guys talking about? Dominic isn't an up arrow. Look, here, right, I'll show you guys. Let me go and find a Dominic Mysterio. Okay, so there's a Dominic Mysterio. He is a left arrow. If we want to use him, we need to equip him with an up arrow. If we equip him with an up arrow, we cannot then equip him with the Dominic Mysterio Nuggies, because then he's no longer an up arrow. He is now a left arrow. So why are you guys going on about Dominic Mysterio in the chat? Okay. So we can beat the first one easily enough. We only need to beat either of the other two. Damn it, okay. I was trying to read the chat there and I just saw that she got the proc off, and I think that solidifies that we cannot do that with that one. See, we won this one with so much. Like, we've got like 43,000 more than what we actually need. And look at that. Like, there's the difference there. It's 319 versus 485, which is absolutely horrible that it's so close. And then, of course, we're miles away from that one. Lumber says, what if both Seth procs on the first match? Will that win without support? An interesting theory. Can the Seth Rollinses win without the Tippy Time equipment? Okay, so neither one of them activated there. But of course, we do absolutely win with the Rhea Ripley. Okay, so now we can look at the recap. Okay, so if the chat would get out of the way, please. Thank you. 33746. Oh. Actually, I should do the other way around. Three, 53942 minus 337,460 equals 16482, which unfortunately is more than what both of these procking would give us, because both of these procking only gives us just over 12,500, and what we need is 16,500. So we are 4,000 short of that one. Damn. Hmm. Vampire says try using momentum on both of them. That appears to be what we're doing. 156. 151. We can, in theory, get an extra 4,000 speed from rerolling that. And we can get another 9,000 in speed from rerolling that one. Why are people constantly going on about Axiom? Oh my god. Okay, let's take a look at Axiom then, since people will not shut up about him. Okay, there's our Axiom. He has 114,000 in speed. Hmm. Interesting. But why? No, this doesn't help at all. He suddenly realized. Okay, we need to get 16,000 more. Okay, let's... Even if I were to get the highest speed off here, which would be... Actually, maybe. Okay, so this is 150. This one costs 75. This one is at 16,000. The maximum we can get is 20,000, which is a less likely than this one going to either 10,000 speed or 14,000 speed. So let's waste credits then. Dang it. Give me it. That's toughness. I want speed. Nope. Okay, that's a little bit better. That is... almost another 5,000. It's 155,000 now. Okay, this seems like a bad idea, but for some reason I'm listening to the chat. It's just occurred to me. That might be enough. Okay, I haven't done any math on this at all. I will straight up admit. I am literally just winging it. But let's see. 170 plus 176,000. And we got the stomp, which is what I needed to see. Okay. Okay, good. So, now if we do this... 193 beats 173,000. And then if we just use the super move here... then our Seth freaking Rollins with the super move defeats Braun Breaker, getting us the perfect game. And most importantly, we have now finally achieved our 1,334 Braun Breaker. Oh my goodness, we are only 3 off of getting 1,337, and that would have been leaped. Oh my goodness. Daniel Maynard says you're welcome. I don't know if you helped at all, Daniel Maynard. I think more of a hindrance than a help. But there we go, we did it. We have achieved it. Sean says W bro. Julio says congrats mans, I believe in you. Vampire says congrats, you've done it. Abhinav says yes, finally. That is awesome. Vampire says, what's everyone's ranks? I got limited edition number 1,334. In fact, it's on screen right now. You can see it for yourself. Daniel Mayer says, Axiom worked though. Axiom did not. Axiom was the most hindrance of all. I mean, like, he was part of the team, but he didn't fight. Goku Black says, I was here. Sean says, well deserved. Ah, thank you, everyone. And I do highly appreciate everyone in my Grand Cat Grand Fleet. Vampire says I got rank number 59. Julio says I got 662 for Braun. It looks like the Grand Cat Grand Fleet certainly has a lot of powerful members. Vampire says Axiom would have worked if he had his sheer speed equipment. Well, he didn't. People going on non-stop about axioms. But there we go. We managed to finally achieve it. And I'm going to put this down here. I'm going to take a screenshot once again there of the Braun Breaker so that we've got the full image of him. Of course, we're going to lock that down. He comes out at level 0. They didn't even give him is level 100 in his 100 matches. And there we go. We've finally got all 2,520 stars in campaign mode. And now let's take a look at our brand new Brawn Breaker. Let's see what images we can use on him. There we are. That looks absolutely hideous. That's probably his worst image from his very first event. Happy Brawn Breaker. A horrifying creature. We have dog mask wearing Brawn Breaker. We have bushy beard Brawn Breaker. We have other dog mask wearing Brawn Breaker. There sure is a lot of Brawn Breaker cards, and none of which look tremendous. I'm really not sure what one to use here now that I've got them. I think I might even stick with the limited edition one because I think it might genuinely be the best image that we've got of him. Yeah, I think that's the one that we're sticking with. And let's train him up. We need to look at our unlocked cards. And it's now time for us to use our last Tiffany Stratton. Diamond says his images are also basic. They do indeed feel that way. And there we go. So our Brawn Breaker at level 100 with none of his matches and none of his variants. He has 96.84 thousand in speed, 105.9 thousand in charisma, 113.7 thousand in toughness, and 123.1 thousand in power. Let's go ahead and screenshot that one as well, as I never know what the thumbnail is ever going to be when it comes to making these little things. I know that there was a thumbnail put up initially, but I do tend to change it once the video is actually finished. And there we are. Let's take a look at our performance center. We still have, of course, our Becky Lynch and our Alexa Bliss that we need to level up. Let's go into Wild, and we're going to swap you out for Brawn Breaker. And Aleister Black is finished now, so I guess we can put in whatever we like into there. And in terms of our females we need to level up, it is, of course, our Becky Lynch and our Alexa Bliss. Okay, that all seems good. And for some reason, the CM Punk Pipe Bomb support is still up at minus 40,000. I don't know why that just skyrocketed. Julio says, I will pro Bray is insane. Yes, we are keeping hold of our rare draft picks from Battle Pass for when the limited edition Great Khali comes out on Wednesday, I believe. Oh, we managed to complete the Unseen 17 Greatest of All Time SummerSlam 25 John Cena from Ring Domination, and it seems that we've now started on the Unhinged, which looks like it's going to be Roman Reigns. I think I'm going to swap this one out for our Brawn Breaker, who is currently just a little bit weaker, which helps the team with lowering the deck. And the Roman Reigns We're going to make him into something that's a little bit weaker as well. Try and make it weaker, but not garbage. I think we'll go for the Bronson Reed. There we are. We have the vision. We have the Tribal Thief Bronson Reed. And of course, we've got Brawn Breaker as the limited edition card. And that looks pretty cool. And let's play a little bit of ring domination with our brand new Brawn Breaker. I mean, I guess we'll take it. Got a couple of up arrows, and we've got one right and one left arrow. We're not using that Bad Blood Roman Reigns. Well, now we can't get a perfect game. Very rude of Grayson Waller. Oh my goodness, why? Let's see if we can get another shard here for the team. We got there right at the end with a big old Stone Cold Steve Austin. I tell you what. And now we're going to use some of our draft picks to clear out some of this. Got 56 of them, my goodness, that's quite a lot. We keep pulling those axioms that Daniel Miner wouldn't shut up about. Okay, that's good enough. And let's go ahead and dust all of those apart from the Alexa Bliss. And let's jump right back into ring domination and get another shard for the team. And this is how to quickly and easily get shards in ring domination. Okay, we've got one up arrow and we've got 3 left arrows. We've got 2 cards that we don't really want to go using, so we're just going to go ahead and start with an Undertaker. That is completely fine. I'm all good with that. Whether we use the up arrow or the left arrow here, it locks out the other one, which sucks. So we're just going to go ahead and use the Roman Reigns. And we couldn't do anything about that anyway, even if we wanted to. We'll just do that for the sake of speed. Does give us 100 super coins, which we'll use in the new season when that comes around. Julia says, you're from the USA? I am not. Big old Grand Cat is a big old Scottish beast. A big old Scottish cat from the hometown of Glasgow, or as they like to say in WWE Supercard, or they like to say in WWE even, Glass Cow, which is not how it's pronounced. It's pronounced Glasgow. But there we are. I currently have 12 shards, but it looks like Delete is going for the championship status this time. He's up to 60 shards. My goodness, that is quite impressive. And I am just playing happily and casually when I can. Prophet Gaming says, hi, hello. Cookie Black says, I love Scotland. I was in Edinburgh once and loved it. Yes, it is a very, very nice place. I recommend you get yourself some haggis. It is quite delicious, regardless of what people say. Black pudding is also quite nice. Let's go ahead and use up some more of our draft board, shall we? We've got 40 of them. So basically what we want to do with the draft board is we want to just clear it until there's only like 10 shards left, or 10 picks left. Then we play Team Ring Domination. And from there, you have less cards to pick from. There we go. Which means that you have an easier chance of getting a shard. Now, how long is this event on for? 1 day and 6 hours left. Julio says, you're a fan of Drew McIntyre, the Scottish warrior, the Scottish sycophant. Yes, actually. Fun fact, Drew McIntyre, back when he was Andrew Galloway, before he was a signed wrestler, used to go to a little shop in Scotland, I believe it was in Fife, I want to say, and it was called The Dream. And it was a store that sold both card games and wrestling memorabilia, and it was a store that I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! In. I didn't go there all the time, but I went there on occasion. This little place called The Dream. It's closed down now, but Drew McIntyre did go into that same place, and there is a possibility that a young Grand Cat and a young Drew McIntyre potentially walked past one another in those early days. With me playing card games and him, of course, being there for the wrestling memorabilia. I just realised that that's my Brawn Breaker and my Bronson Weed that were both used there. So, yes. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Now it's not possible for us to get a perfect game. So if we can't get a perfect game, then we can just go ahead and try and make it as quick as possible, rather than having to wait for the little fight animations. Because whether we win by 5-4 or whether we win 8-1 still gives you the same amount. There we go, there's another shard. Liv Morgan. And we got a legacy card, Aleister Black. Julio says, Drew and Sheamus not champion Dawn? I'm not sure what that means. If you're saying, have Drew McIntyre and Sheamus both been champion? Yes, they have. They are both been world champions. Well, there we are. I think that is us done for all intents and purposes. One other thing I'm going to do, since it's no longer Halloween, let's go ahead and edit our team champ. And I think it only makes sense to make him the limited edition Brawn Breaker. Either that or we could make him the Tribal Thief. But I think we'll go ahead and use Brawn for now, since we just got him. But there we are. That is going to be it for this little video, folks, or this little live stream. And I really hope that you've all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so that you can see when more of these glorious little live streams go out. And we shall see you all in the next live stream. Good. Goodbye, everybody. And thank you to everyone that came along to the live stream and watched it live as it was happening. A big shout out and a huge thank you to each and every one of you, especially those of you that helped me finally complete campaign mode and finally get the limited edition Brawn Breaker with only a few days left before this tier actually ends. So huge shout out to all of you, especially to Daniel Mayer, to Julio, to there was other ones. Goku Black, Preet, try to find some other names that I recognize. Vampire, of course. Huge, huge shout outs to you guys. To Sean as well. To Abhinav. And to all of the other Grand Cat Grand Fleet members out there who I can't scroll through and find all of your names. To Volksy, of course. Volksy, who did help as well. So thank you to each and every single one of you that all helped getting the Brawn Breaker. And I'm sure we're going to have a lot of fun in only a few more days where we'll be starting campaign mode all over again. Yes, that is something to, quotation marks, look forward to. Brackets, slam my head against a brand new wall. But that's going to be it now. So I really hope you all enjoyed, and thank you all again for coming along and watching, and we shall see you all in the next live stream. Goodbye, everybody.